DIY.
DIYers, what the hell is going on over there in Drakeland or Australia, Drakeland, Drake Australia? I don't know what's going on, but the word is Drake has officially canceled his Australian remaining dates in his Australian tour. That was a weird way to say it. Due to a scheduling conflict. Now, this comes here courtesy of Rolling Stone, the Australian edition. I didn't even know they had an Australian edition. It says, following speculation, Drake has officially called off his Australia and New Zealand tour early. Why would he do something like that? It says Drake has officially called off his current Australia and New Zealand tour early. In a statement exclusively provided to Rolling Stone, Australia, New Zealand, Drake's rep confirmed the surprise cancellation, citing a scheduling conflict. We are actively working on rescheduling these dates along with adding some additional shows, the statement reads. All tickets for the affected shows will remain valid for the new dates. Refunds, I need a max refund, some have said, will be available for those who prefer, but please note that as these shows are sold out, they're sold out, any refunded tickets will be released for sale. Interesting. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate your patience. Drake and the entire team have had an incredible time doing these shows. Never mind those bags under his eyes. Are excited to return soon. We look forward to sharing the rescheduled dates with you as soon as possible. This was definitely not written by a PR. Drake's Anita Max Win Tour had back-to-back nights at the Auckland's Spark Arena, remaining on Saturday, March 15th, and some other dates. The tour has already hit major cities, including a rare stop in Perth. It goes on to say, his visit just so happened to line up with Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show, which doubled as a victory lap in their one-sided feud. Their one-sided feud? Who the hell wrote this? Drake, you need to do a better job of writing articles for people. You need to do a better job of ghostwriting articles. Kendrick hit the stage rocking a diamond chain with a lowercase a. No, not as an A. Okay, we're starting to get inaccurate. Rolling Stone, you got to do better. That's the logo of PG Lane. Come on now. So it says Drake also made the most of his time down under, playing a surprise 90-minute set at a Bork Street hotspot packed with unreleased music and deep cuts for just 100 lucky fans. Does Drake think that he has super fans? Drake LaRussell was hilarious to me. He also hit up a private crew dinner, then rolled into Mason Batard's Le Club, Melbourne's hottest new venue for a phone-free, all-expenses-paid, ultra-exclusive party, a fever dream for any rap fan. Now, I think there has to be Drake fans that have to give me better context in terms of the kind of relationship he's had with you, but it's so interesting that we're getting these more exclusive and private shows after he gets his back kicked in. Now, when this news dropped, other news dropped from people, credible sources that happen to be around. I thought this was interesting. This right here, this don't even look like Drake. This don't even look like Drake. It look like somebody playing Drake in a Tubi movie. What is going on? What in the Shamar Moore is going on here? So it says Drake concert employee reveals what really happened at the Disastrous show, the final show in Brisbane. Oh yeah, some things went down. Hold on, let's cook. Oh no, we're gonna get down to the bottom of this, because ain't no way he comes off of having the #1 album. Ain't no way. I'm gonna have to go here. Ain't no way that you come off of the #1 album, okay? There's no way, buddy. We're going to make us believe that something ain't going on. Okay, let's get to it. It says, an employee at Drake's Brisbane concert has claimed there was disastrous issues with the Canadian rapper's show, his final show on Tuesday. The God's Plan hitmaker, 38, abruptly left Australia on Wednesday morning after canceling the final 4 shows of his Down Under and New Zealand tour due to a scheduling conflict. We've got there already. Well, one Reddit user who claims to be a worker on the Queensland leg of the Anita Max Win Tour alleges there were numerous scheduling problems with Drake's final show at the Brisbane Entertainment Center. Now, this article was brought to my attention from my guy, Deville. Shout out to Deville one time. He wanted to do a closed sound check at 6 p.m., which usually happens at 3 p.m. Just to give you a heads up, as a touring artist, as an artist myself for 20 years, sound check is generally done when nobody else is in the venue. Sometimes when it's just the sound man and a few of the security guards, a few folks getting everything prepared for these major concerts, they like to schedule the sound checks to be significantly before anybody's there so they can get an idea about how to test different things. They don't do the whole set. They usually just test the mics and test, just how things are sounding in the speakers and the monitors and the headsets. I know he used the headset up on stage. So usually you do that pretty early. He wanted to do it at 6 p.m., and customers were supposed to get in the door at 7:30. It says everyone had to leave the building. People who prepared the show, they had to leave the building in the courtyard if they had already been let in, but staff were allowed to stay. Good for that. We opened from 5:30 and our first customer got in at 7:30. That is unusual unless it's an independent show where not a lot of people are in there. 6 p.m. sound check before 7:30 for a show this big? No, he's inconveniencing people. So it goes on to say we were supposed to close outlets at 8 p.m. but didn't until 10 p.m. Keep it going. It says the user went on to say concert goers were stuck outside the venue while Drake performed a late sound check. Why you do that, Drake? Alleging some were passing out from the heat and getting bitten.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What's going on? Drakey! Say, Drake. They added patrons attending the VIP party upstairs either had to get in there before 5:30 p.m. or they were stuck outside and not allowed to join the party until gates reopened. He was late both nights because he wasn't on site until he was ready to perform and barricaded the back of the arena to enter the stage. That way, instead of coming in from the backstage. Patrons were leaving by 10:30 p.m. because it was either really late or they thought it was too loud, bad sound as he finished at 11:30. You talking about bad sound for one of the largest pop artists in the game. On Wednesday, Drake canceled the remainder of his Australian tour. The rapper left Australia on Wednesday morning and returned to his native Canada via private jet. Drake's got a lot of things going on. He's got a lot of things going on. We're going to break all that stuff down, but let's go here. This was supposedly the information from a Canadian source, or an OVO source, I should say, who confirmed the things that were real and the things that weren't real. Because once this information started to go out, people were starting to look at this and say, yo, are you spiraling? Like, what's going on, my boy? My boy. What's good with my boy? My boy? So this goes on to say, per an OVO source, the reason for cancellation was a cost and time issue, as Drake didn't want to be idle for 12 days between shows. That got my spotty senses tingling. Why wouldn't he want to be idle between 12 days? Could it be that when you have a lot of time on your hands, people tend to do a lot of thinking? That when you sit still, you have to be faced with the only person left remaining, which is you? Could it be that that sounds like torture at this point, because then you have to come to grips that all of America in unison was screaming during the Super Bowl, "Hey, Minor!" Or even, say Drake. Or even maybe your ex was out here.
No, they not like us. No, they not like us. What? They not like us. No, they not like us. No, they not like.
Could it be that you can't even look at your cat the same way? Because this nigga Kendrick said, "Tell me you're cheesing, Crody." You can't even look at your cat, Crody, no more? Could it be that you can't even take a leak in your house because California love, boom, 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 is the ringtone to your toilet? Could it be that that ring you were so proud of to be in possession of, that used to be a dead man's ring in Tupac's, could it now be a reminder of the psychological horror film that you just got out of? Yeah, 12 days between shows seems like a lifetime when you got all that kind of shit going on. We didn't even talk about his lawsuit with UMG and Spotify. That man got a lot of necklaces. Drake offered to share costs to pay his staff of 100+ people, but hosts declined. That's when Drake made the move to cancel the tour. How responsible of him. Well, before he canceled the tour, I don't know if we haven't been covering Drake antics as of late, because it's just too much. At this point, it just feels like he's doing it because he has a humiliation ritual, or he has a humiliation kink, and he is such a narcissist that he doesn't care if it's bad publicity as long as people are talking about him. That's what it feels like, and I don't want to contribute to that all the time. With that said, though, ladies and gentlemen, Drake calls out artists who turned on him in Brisbane. Wasn't that one of the last dates? Yes, it was. For all my collaborators, the producers and the artists I worked with, you know, the real ones that didn't turn P-U-S-S-Y on me. We still blaming other people, huh? No accountability. I mean, the ones that are still real, I appreciate you. He said this in a white glove and a bedazzled shirt. You know I'm always bringing this shit up. What the hell are you doing? What the fuck you wearing, bro? It's tacky.
For my family, for my friends, for all my collaborators, all the producers, all the other artists that I work with, you know, the ones that didn't turn pussy, I mean the ones that's still real, you know, my real ones.
Them Australian people don't give a shit about your Canadian and U.S. politics. Why are you bringing this to a show? Why are you bringing this to a show? Like, I get that you having a very personal moment, but exactly, you are 40. Damn near 40. And not that, you know, we can't put the same rules on every man or whatever the case may be, but you're at a show. This is a time to connect with your fans. Why are you giving another speech? You sound like a victim. You're not a victim.
But yeah, I appreciate you. For my family, for my friends.
I can't believe it. He said, you know, the ones that didn't turn P-U-S-S-Y on me. So now, Drake, we're still using a woman's private part as an insult to your peers. And you don't get why you're losing connection with your female fan base. You don't get that?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
You're using a woman's private part to describe people who are less than friendly towards you, people who are less than in your book, people who are not loyal. You're using a woman, like, just think about, like, I know people are say you reaching. This is what I'm talking about. Jamie, why are you talking from an account without a picture? Shut the fuck up. How about that? Why are you talking about them if you don't like them? We're doing the news. Why are you talking at all without a profile picture? There you go. There you go. Go, yeah, softly. Go back. Go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit back down right there. Thank you. Okay, back to the news. Speculation started to go around why he was canceling this particular tour. And it's said here by Mr. Busby. He gives us his theory. He says, my theory, Aubrey saw them second week numbers and panic. Dude rushed home to go and record a new album to drop for the summer. You think that's what happened? I mean, let's break this part down. Let's break this part down. My microphone tripping. Drake just recently earned his 14th career #1 album on the latest Billboard 200 with his latest LP, Some Sexy Songs for You with Party Next Door. Let's go, Labry. Let's go, Labry. The comeback story is starting. Almost. He ties Jay-Z and Taylor Swift for the most career #1 albums in history among soloists. Among all acts, he trails only the Beatles, who lead with 19. Oh, they were cooking. Take a look at the artists with the #1s, the most #1s on the Billboard 200, and tap here for details. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Also here, thanks to the new album with Party Next Door. You know how they keep saying the album with Party Next Door or featuring Party Next Door like it's not supposed to be a duo album? You know how they... Okay. Thanks to the new album, Party Next Door, Sexy Songs for You Drake has become the first artist in history to chart 358 songs on the Billboard Hot 100. No other artist has ever earned more than 300 career entries. One more round of applause, man. Come on, man. Y'all ain't gonna clap? Why y'all not clapping? Why y'all not clapping? Because you think something else about to happen? You think something else about to happen? Going back to Mr. Busby, he also says that this was a Reddit post from people who are actually buying tickets. So rumor has it the tickets weren't selling in Australia. What? Don't you say that about Drake. Don't you say that about Drake. That man sell out everywhere he go. Why you think he's in Australia 3 hours ago? Someone says, rumor is he canceled his remaining shows. Rumor is he canceled his remaining shows due to poor sales. I'm a Kiwi. I don't even know what that is. Somebody help me. It looked like the New Zealand concert is getting canceled because not enough people got tickets. It was already pushed back once, date-wise, and now it seems to be canceled. And then somebody says, yikes.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I told y'all already what that tour was all about. That tour was not a I need a Max win. That tour was I need a Max hug. I need a reminder that I'm not the one in the wrong. I need a reminder that I'm not the terrible human being that Kendrick Lamar said I was in Meet the Grams. I need to be reminded that tens of thousands of people are still yelling my name. I need to be reminded as a narcissist. I need to be reminded that I'm not the problem. I need you guys to show up and show the rest of the world, because I haven't been here in a long time. I need you to show them how much I'm loved. You know the only problem with that? You probably could get that narrative off. If we didn't have video. This was one of the last shows in Australia, apparently, and they said it's the deadest crowd you've ever seen. Now, you know people gonna put extras on it. What you talking about? What y'all talking about? I ain't talking about nothing. This nigga, if you didn't see, put his microphone into the crowd and they said, we don't know this shit. They didn't say nothing. They let the instrumental play one more time.
I just think it's funny how it goes. Hey, now we back out in prison, 4 million for a show. What's up?
Well, I know OVO fans will be like, man, it's because it's not his real fans. He should be back in Canada. You know, I agree with that. I feel like he should be back in Canada and not surrounded by Australians begging him for money.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Nigga. Look at this shit. What is this? What is it? What is this? Just read some. Forget him. Forget him in that damn red jumpsuit. Forget this. Drizzy, help him buy my mom a Birkin. A Birkin bag? Drizzy, coin flip? Poppy, help pay off my mom's mortgage. I got hit by a car and I left the hospital. What the hell? Help me, my boyfriend needs an engagement ring. Keep our dog out the vet. Drake, give my father a break. Man needs a car. Nigga. Add this to the list of things you'd never see at a Kendrick Lamar concert.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Nigga, like, I know this is like people are acting like people, and if any other artist had a thing where they gave away money, maybe we'd see this, but just think about this at this point in time for him. This looks so bad. Every time you hear a loud OVO supporting voice on Twitter, they want you to be reminded how humongous of an artist he is, but they're very quiet about the role that a UMG plays in that. They're very quiet about the role a machine plays in that. When they're talking about diehard fans, I have a theory. Please hear me out when I say this, because this is a very good indication of this. I heard a gentleman say that people who are fans of people who are fans of hip hop, people who are fans of Kendrick Lamar are fans of hip hop first. People who are fans of Drake are fans of Drake and Drake alone. Diehard fans we're talking about. I think this can also be attributed to Drake makes music about him. Drake makes music about women told from the lens of somebody that used to date them. He tells stories about women going through things and somehow it affects him. He makes songs for niggas that think it's okay to drunk text their ex. Like that's normal behavior. No. He doesn't have diehard fans of Drake. He has people who are diehard fans of themselves, aka narcissists.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth.
Contrast that with a Kendrick Lamar. He has folks who are fans of hip hop, and because of their love for hip hop, they love a Kendrick Lamar because of the things he stands for. What do you hear in Kendrick Lamar's music? You hear songs about Compton. You hear songs about where he's from. You hear songs about promise that you will sing about me. He'll write an entire verse from the perspective of someone else that doesn't even affect him directly. He talks about family. He talks about all these things. And then he shows you in the midst of this, I'm the good kid in this mad city. He's done that from the jump. There's a very different type of lens, a very different type of fan that attracts themselves to this. This right here, he's in a room full of people who want to be seen. He's in a room. He's a narcissist. To me, this is my opinion. He is a narcissist in the middle of a narcissist arena. Everybody in here is here to be seen. My sign is bigger. My sign has thicker font. My situation is more dire. Give me money. No, it's about me. I want to be seen. Me. I took my shirt off to say that I need a car. Your music is the soundtrack of narcissists because you yourself are a narcissist, fam. And so now you're surrounded by people who love themselves a whole lot more than they love the idea of buying a CD from you. They buy a CD from you so that they can be seen buying a CD and have some kind of leverage over other fans. I just think there's a lot to dice up here when you really look at a photo like this. To me, that's the difference. Let's contrast that with this. I thought this was interesting. Photos surfaced of photos from 2022 where Kendrick Lamar was reportedly attending a psychology class in UCLA. This nigga's a nut. What if he was in here getting information and saying, all right, that's how I'll go out, Drake. This is all I got to do? Oh, okay. So let's attack him like this. What if he started pinning Meet the Grams here? They got photos of him in a psychology class in UCLA. I take that however you want to take that. I look at that and I crack the hell up. I'm like, bro, this is a 2022. Boy, he been plotting on you for a long time there. Hey, what my cousin saying? First of all, let me confirm this. This ain't really my cousin. When I say Moni, that ain't really my cousin. I just say that because, like, we cousins on YouTube. That's like everybody cousin, but like that's not really my cousin. What cousin say though? Never in my life have I seen an artist cancel a sold-out tour for scheduling conflicts. If the dates are sold out, how is there a scheduling conflict?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Cousin, you can't use common sense. You know you can't use. You know they not doing common sense. You know they ain't doing no common sense. You know they ain't really rocking with no common sense. You know, come on, cousin. That's why grandma be keeping me and you separated because, cousin, look at that. You know, I really start to think to myself, man, and this is not me empathizing with.
FBI, open up!
I got to stop giving myself that PTSD. Okay, this is not me sympathizing with him, but this is something I do think about. It's something I do think about. You are still, after having a very traumatic, it would be traumatic for anybody, a traumatic battle that has changed the landscape of your career, has changed the trajectory of your career, has changed your ability to go get money, has changed the way that you release albums, has changed your ability to go do interviews, has changed your touring over in Australia, has changed how you move everything. It's changed who you moved around with. It's changed who you do songs with. This thing is affecting him on so many levels. But did we forget? He's still suing the largest company in the music industry in UMG. He is trying to, shout out my guy Prince Angeles, he is trying to sue his job and still go into work. Go right to the cubicle and just be like, what you doing here, Aubrey? I work here. You gonna promote my album or what? Nigga, you're suing the office and you're gonna go right to your cubicle and put your picture up on the, okay. It says here, Drake's attorneys, they're adding more to the lawsuit. It says they cite Kendrick Lamar performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl and a new response to UMG's request to delay the rapper's defamation lawsuit. You got a pending lawsuit against UMG. While here's the crazy part. You're doing numbers. You're number one again. Yay. Oh, but wait. That doesn't help my case in court with UMG. Darn it. You're breaking records. Yay. But wait a minute. I thought Spotify was quieting me and getting the other guy. You're losing even when you're winning. Jesus. Delaying discovery would unfairly prejudice plaintiff, who is continuing to suffer the consequences of UMG's defamatory campaign. So this is now UMG's defamatory campaign. No, nigga. Lucien Grange, they come out here and say, Drake, I heard him like on Young. Nigga, that was Kendrick. You scared. You scary. Da. The filing reads, indeed, at the same time UMG has been delaying here, UMG launched new campaigns to further spread the defamatory content, including at the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show, which has over 133.5 million viewers. I know he just cringes every time his lawyers have to bring that number up. A pretrial conference for the case is scheduled for April 2nd. There go your scheduling conflicts. Drake's legal team wants the hearing to happen no later than March 5th. He got too much going on, bro. You got too much dip on your chip, like Country Wayne would say. Drake filed a federal lawsuit against the music company in January. The suit claims UMG defamed Drizzy by distributing Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, which refers to Drake as a PDF. I'm sorry, that is still one of the most bitch-made moves I've ever seen. I hate it here. I absolutely hate it here because you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to go and do that. Boy, oh boy. DIYers, look at where we're at now. I want to make sure that's all the articles that I have for you. Is that all I have for you? I think that's it. Oh boy, DIYers. It is, the writing is on the wall. The writing is absolutely on the wall, and nobody here is coming to coddle you. Nobody coming to save you. You got to do the work on yourself now, Drake. Kendrick was once again prophetic again when he said, this ain't F a rap battle. This a lone life battle with yourself. I would argue we're now officially 1 month from the 1 year anniversary of the release of Like That, right? Metro Boomin, Future, and Kendrick Lamar that set this whole thing off. We're 1 month away from the 1 year anniversary of that. Okay? I would argue that Kendrick been whooping his ass all the way up until the Super Bowl. I would argue that Drake has been jumping his own ass and jumping himself and beating on his own self every single time another piece of news drops. You had an album that went #1 while simultaneously celebrating that. It's starting to kill your case against UMG and Spotify. It's showing that your reputation still holds. You try to go on tour. You try to speed up the process and make people forget by having a whole sea of people celebrate you. You try to get away from the States while everything is going on in the Super Bowl. Guess what happens? You went all the way to Australia just to watch the Super Bowl because it was noon when the Super Bowl started. God.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
They got photos of your OVO camp watching it. You know why? Because at noon, people don't have shows. They just sit around watching TV in Australia. If you can't see by now, this ain't even about the Kendrick Lamar ass whooping. If you can't see by now, this is an ancestral ass whooping. I hope you recognize this is a cultural ass whooping. Ain't it funny that you said Kendrick was rapping like he trying to free the slaves, but you the one been getting whipped out here? Huh? Was that too petty? You was the one up here talking about had you chained like American slaves, but you been getting whipped out here? It might be time to go away for a second. It might be time to go away for a second. It might be time to seek therapy. Ayahuasca smoothies. Sea moss. It might be time to recognize nobody beats the culture. Even if you think that you're bigger than Michael Jackson, nobody beats the culture. You, my friend, you're making it worse. And what happens, I keep using this analogy because it's so true. What happens when you're on ice and you start slipping? You ever see them funniest home movies where they do like that? You know when the video ends? When they finally fall. It's time to go away, bro. You even when you're winning right now, you're losing. To me, that would be a cool sign that I need to go take a break. But what the hell do I know? DIYers, those are my thoughts. You let me know what you think. DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Stop being greedy. Peace.